Hey Babesy Doodles! Alrighty, so I know, long time no see. I really wanted to do this video because I have been getting really crafty and really excited about being crafty lately. And so I'm going to show you guys how to make your own witch's smudge ball today. And we're going to take the premise from witch's ball and bring that here. And so the basics of how to make a witch's ball is going to be utilized here. We're just going to change the intention. So here's kind of what I'm talking about. When we made the witch's ball, you had your three main ingredients, which gave the witch's ball its purpose, which is to trap negative energies or entities that are in your home, neutralize them, and then send that neutral energy back out to the universe. And that is going to remain the same no matter what intentions we switch around on this kind of charm. Okay, so for me personally, the sage, the tourmaline, and the yarn all have to remain in order for, in order for the witch's ball to still be able to do its job. Now, the rest of the herbs and supplies that were added to the original witch's ball were herbs for protection. And that is because the witch's ball not only caught all those nasties, neutralized them, and sent it back out, but it also exuded those protection qualities. It had a protective aura around it for whatever space you put it in. Well, there's no reason that you can't change those so that it exudes some other kind of qualities, such as cleansing and clearing, like I'm going to show you guys today. You can also change it so that it has the intentions and the properties of happiness and positive energy, prosperity, magic, dreams, psychic abilities, whatever it is that you want to add to it. So I'm going to show you kind of how to switch it around with this one, and then you guys can go haywire on whatever else you would like to do with it. So we're going to start out very similar to how we started out with the witch's ball. Gather your ingredients. Now, as you guys know, I like to use the glass ornaments. They are much more fragile. They can break very easily, but I really like the natural feel of glass as opposed to plastic, but you can get these in plastic. So if you want them to last longer, if you want them to be a lot more durable, you can get them in plastic. I get a 12-pack from Hobby Lobby, and it was like $8.99, and it was on sale, 50% off. So I spent like $5 after tax. So because I make them for my Etsy shop, I like to buy in bulk, but you can buy them one at a time for like pocket change. So I have this, and then my ingredients. Now the three things that I always keep the same, like I said, sage, black tourmaline, and yarn. And those three things are what's going to help trap that negative energy, neutralize it, and send it back out. So for this, with it being a smudge ball, we want all kinds of items that are going to give this ball a purification type of aura. You know, you want it to basically be a glorified smudge bundle. So sage is huge when it comes to smudging. You can use sandalwood, you could use Palo Santo wood, you could use whatever it is that you see as purifying, clearing, cleansing, that's perfect to add to the ball. So other than the sage, the yarn, and the black tourmaline, I've also added white willow bark. And that is because I just have always felt that white willow bark is a very purifying herb. White willow bark is also used for divination and protection and healing, but this is perfect for what I need it for purification. And thyme, which thyme was actually used back thousands of years ago by the Greeks, and they would use it to purify their temples before ritual. So thyme is going in. And then I also have a bundle of sage, and so while I'll be adding the store-bought sage, well, it's not store-bought, it's from Mountain Rose Herbs, but I bought this as an actual bundle of sage, and so I'll be adding some full leaves to that to go along with the sage category, because I like to keep my ingredients in threes, and so I'll be adding 6 to this one. And then we have our yarn, and you'll notice that my yarn is not black, it's white. And the reason that I chose white yarn is because white to me is cleansing, and so one of the big things that when I change the intention of the witch's ball is I love to change the color of the yarn, because when I look at it, it gives me that instant, oh yeah, my smudge ball, as opposed to which one of these is my actual protection witch's ball. So I'll be adding white yarn. So, oh, and my 6th ingredient, it's so tiny I forgot it. I have this little teeny tiny piece of quartz, and quartz is not only a clearing, cleansing crystal to me, but it also helps with amplification. So it will help to amplify all of the other ingredients that we're adding to just make the cleansing, clearing, purifying energies coming out of this ball even more so. So let's get started. So you have your ball, you have it open. I just normally set it on a little candle holder so that it stays upright, and you'll make a mess. So if you want to put a plate down, that's probably best. And then I also like to cast Sacred Space. I'm in a video, so I'm not going to do that, but when I'm making any witch's ball, I always cast Sacred Space, and I will always set my intention while I'm, so for each ingredient that I add, I'll say what I'm adding it for, and then when I'm cutting up the yarn, I do have my scissors, I will also imagine what that yarn is going in for, what its purpose is, because anything that you can add energetically from yourself as far as making the intention of the ball is fantastic. So let's get started. So we're going to start with some sage, obviously, and I like to do them in pinches. You can add however much or little that you like. So I'm going to add 3 pinches of this sage, and most of it's going all over the counter anyway. So I have 3 pinches of sage, and then I'm going to add 3 of the actual sage leaves. So I'm going to add 1, 2, and maybe 3. And so those are for purification, clearing, cleansing of those negative energies, as well as being sent out from the ball itself. Next, I'm going to add white willow bark. I'm going to add 1, 2. I wish you guys could see how much is actually going into the ball and how much is ending up on the ground. 3. So I've got 3 of those, and then I'm going to add 3 pinches of thyme. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to add my black tourmaline and my clear quartz. So then you have a little ball that looks like that with all of your ingredients in it. And you can add as much or as little of everything that you like. Like I said, I personally like to do it in groups of 3, but that's just me. So then you're going to take your yarn and cut it just like you did with your witch's ball if you made one before. You're going to cut it into like little 3 to 4 inch strips if you had good scissors. So I'm going to do this. And all the while that you're cutting your, I really need better scissors. This is just like ripping this shit. All the while that you're doing this, you really want to focus on what it is the intention of the ball is, why you're making it, what, you know, really focus on those intentions, because it's just going to amplify the energy of that ball that much more. So I've got some here, so we'll just start with this. And you're going to take some pieces and just kind of carefully, especially if your ball is glass, feed it into the ball. So like if I take this and just kind of very carefully feed it into the ball like that. I like to fill the ball halfway with yarn, cover it, and then just kind of give it a nice little roll. I don't like to shake it because there is crystals in there, and I promise you it's very easy for your glass to break when there's crystals rolling around in there. So if you want to add your crystals last and put your yarn in first, you can do that as well. It'll make your chances of your ball breaking much less. So, you know, I'll put that in there, and then I'll roll it around to get all of the ingredients all mixed together and mixed in with the yarn and looking pretty. And then I cut the rest of my yarn. And it's really just how full you want it. You know, if that's good for you, perfect. Don't add any more. If you want some more, add some more. It's really what feels right for you. So I put in some more. You hear that? Mix it around. So now you put your little lid back on. And there you have your Smudge witch's ball. See? So then it has different, and you can just tell even by feeling it. Like you can just tell how it's different, how it exudes a different quality and different properties and a different aura than what the protection one does. So that is how simple it is for you guys to switch. Now here's another thing too. If you guys don't have a whole bunch of ingredients at home, please don't feel like you can't literally just add sage. You know, add sage, add your tourmaline, add your yarn, poof! That's it. It's perfect for a smudge ball. You know, I really like the witch's balls to be a little bit more complicated. I like them to have a little bit more ingredients, but that's just me personally. Don't feel like you have to add the willow bark, the thyme, the quartz, because you don't. Whatever feels right for you is what you add. And you can also take these and you can make them into whatever you want. Take some green yarn and turn it into one for prosperity. Take some pink yarn, turn it into one for love. Or take some yellow yarn and use it for happiness or positive energy. You know, take purple yarn and use it to hang above your bed for dreams. You know, and then just change whatever it is that you put in your ball while leaving the sage and the tourmaline the same. Or like I said, whatever it is that you personally use. Those are what I use to make it a true witch's ball. And then just hang her up and hang them all over your house with different intentions and different reasons behind them all. You know, hang them in your bedroom, hang them over your doorway, in front of windows, over your altar. You know, you can, the sky is the limit for what you can do with these. And they all have the same job to rid your home of negative energies and negative entities and to neutralize that energy to send it back out. But each of them will have a special intention that's being broadcasted into that area. So, you know, if I take this and I hang it, you know, in my living room above the window, you know, that's a cleansing aura that will just maintain the cleansing or the purification of my living room. You know, that's where a lot of people sit. That's where we sit. That's where we go and we bitch about our day. So it's a great place to hang one of these. And maybe I won't have to smudge as often. So anyway, that is how you make one. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope that you make yours. I would love to see ones that you have made. I will make ones for all kinds of different intentions, and they will go up on Etsy. So keep an eye on my Facebook, and I will tell you guys when they're up. And I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you later. Bye.